Which one's smarter, special ordering right from the factory or just getting it from the dealership lot? I read every single comment on this channel, and one that's been coming up quite a bit is do a video on factory orders. So in this video, I'm gonna go over exactly which is the best way to buy a vehicle, either from the factory or on the lot. And then I'm gonna tell you exactly how to order your car if you decide that you wanna do it from the factory. I need to start off by saying every manufacturer is different. I don't have experience with every single manufacturer, but luckily over the last couple months of doing research, I have talked to a lot of different salespeople at different manufacturers. I can tell you that Subaru is a car company that you really don't get to pick your inventory. Subaru just tells you what's coming along. With Chevy, I can kind of pretty much do what I want. I just have to have allocations. Some others only allow you to order during specific times. Acura and Honda, for example, you only get to order once a quarter. Other ones, they don't allow you to pick your inventory at all. And of course, as you can see, it's all over the board. Over the past couple of months, I've been doing some recon and research on this subject, and some of the videos that I saw just make this seem overcomplicated. This is going to be a short video because this isn't complicated. This is a simple process. And the only thing that's different from anything out there is you just have to go to a dealership. It's very simple. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons of just going to a dealership and pulling out of their inventory. Obviously, the biggest pro is you get to take delivery of your new vehicle right now, today, right? All of the final prices, everything can be worked out today. There's no guessing, there's no ifs, there's no, I'm not too sure about that, but we'll follow up on it, right? You're gonna have your exact pricing before you leave the lot. And with that, everything's exact, right? There's no, hey, 3 weeks from now, something's changed. Like, I've got my vehicle, I'm driving it home, no in 3 weeks, hey, there's a delay, anything like that. Everything's exact. And if you have a trade, you know that it's not going to depreciate over time. It's going to be at the highest value. Some of the cons of taking out of inventory would be making sacrifices like color.
I gotta get back down to the dealer. Putty is screwing me on this car, which is yellow now.
Options. And maybe even the car's got a defect, right? So yes, there's no such thing as a perfect new car. Everything's man-made and everything has maybe something wrong with it, right? Other people may have driven the car. It's not that big of a deal to most, but it is coronavirus season, so who knows what's gonna happen. But also, with that being said, I just had a really good customer of mine that came into the dealership and wanted a white vehicle. She's always bought dark vehicles. She's never bought anything but dark. And I'm like, you want white? She goes, yeah, I saw this white one and it had a couple thousand miles on it already. And she's like, I don't want one with miles. So she bought another black one, even though she came in wanting a white one.
I just need your signature here and we'll get you that yellow car ready to go.
And so other people may have driven it and you may have to make sacrifices to take that car straight from inventory. We talk about this on this channel all the time. Those shady dealers, those piece of crap dealers, they put those as rip-off stickers on it, or those addendums, right? They may have a delivery charge or a prep fee or window tinting or anything like that. That's all stuff is crap, which you can watch in other videos, but those may have to be on there and you have to battle to get those off. Aged inventory, something that maybe you've never heard a terminology called lot rot. Yes, lot rot is a real terminology and a real thing that happens on dealerships' lot. If a car is sitting there for a long period of time, just things just start to deteriorate, used and new. Now let's say that you're looking at a brand new black Silverado and you look at one that's maybe 100 days old. If you look at those two, you'll see some fading in that paint. I promise you, it's crazy. And you're limited to dealer inventory. If you don't want to drive or hassle with trying to call dealers, you may just go to one dealer and be like, okay, I guess I'll pick this one. Or if say they want to do a dealer trade, you have to get one with miles on it. All right, let's talk about the pros and cons of doing a special order from the factory. Let's talk about those pros. There are some pros to this as well as there is to anything in life. One, you get exactly what you want. There's no sacrifices. You can order a purple car with red interior or whatever you want. Wouldn't recommend that unless your Stradman likes purple, but the issue is you can order exactly what you want and nobody can tell you any different. If you've got a trade, this is a huge thing about a trade. So let's say you want to trade something in, you get a value from the dealer. Hey, you've got some time to sell it for more money. Take into account that if you get a tax credit, that you want to sell it for more than that tax credit as well. But yeah, you can make some money in your trade, which is nice. And the cool thing about it is you can choose your dealer. You can go exactly to the dealer that you want to and work everything over the phone even and sit there and get things done and just wait till the car comes in. But that's the issue of the cons. That's the biggest thing on the cons, the wait time. The wait time could be anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks, maybe longer, just depends on the vehicle and manufacturer and where the vehicle is manufactured. A Silverado, hey, if it's built in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where a lot of them are built, I can have the vehicle after it's built in just a couple days. It's happened. That long bed trail boss that I just had on the channel for Walk Around Wednesday, that was there in a couple of days after it was built. But we can go backwards. There's a reason I had to build that vehicle twice. It was built in Mexico, and then it trains up to Cementdale, Ohio, which is Cincinnati, and it sits in a lot. It got vandalized, and we had to redo it. So that's something you have to worry about too. The wait times to get from Mexico to Ohio, and then Ohio to Kentucky, is like 2 or 3 weeks. So there you got those wait times depending on where the vehicle is done. Rebates. Rebates are a huge con. We don't know what rebates are going to be in 6 to 8 weeks. So that may be a gamble. But let's say with Chrysler, so I sell some Chryslers here and there, you can actually lock in rebates, certain rebates, until that car comes in. With GM, there ain't no locking in rebates. It's month to month. But here's the good news. Rebates are pretty steady throughout the year. If you look at rebates from January to December, and you look at every single month on one certain vehicle, they may vary $500 at times. It's not that much money when you're doing that. Most importantly, you have to plan ahead. If you wrecked your car yesterday, probably ordering a vehicle is probably not right for you unless you can pay for a rental car, afford a rental car for that period of time, have a separate vehicle to drive during that time. So you definitely have to plan ahead. And with GM, you have to worry about allocations. Just because you walk in today or call today and say, hey, I want to order a car, doesn't mean that the factory is going to say, okay, we'll order it. It may take 2 to 3 weeks to order that car, which goes right back to the top of wait time. It just takes some time when you order a car. But you gotta outweigh the pros and cons. Is it worth it? So this is what the video is all about. Is this a good thing to order from the manufacturer or buy what's in inventory? If you have chosen the avenue to order your car, this is the perfect strategy to do it and get the best price. First and foremost, you have to go to the manufacturer's website and build your car. That way you walk into the dealership or you call the dealership very well prepared. The only cautionary in this is the manufacturers are now putting today's rebates on the website. So you want to make sure you understand the total vehicle price and not the net vehicle price. You want to make sure you understand exactly what that MSRP is, and it's pretty clear on their website. You just got to look at it. The next thing is find the dealership that you want to work for. We've talked about this a lot in past videos, so just find a good dealership that wants to take your order and have a free sale in 6 to 8 weeks, and just work with them and just decide to go in or pick up the phone and do it over the phone. Next thing is you have to do is get your purchase price. Now the dealership may sit there and tell you that they can't get you a price because rebates change, and just like, hey, listen, I'm not worried about rebates. I just want to know what you guys are going to sell the vehicle to me for. That's all I want to know. I'm not worried about rebates today, but this is a big determining factor if I'm going to be ordering a vehicle from you or I'm going to go to another dealership. And as soon as you put that out there, they're going to do exactly what you want. And I want to say this, during the recon and research phase of this video, I saw a lot of videos out there talking about floor plan credits and other credits. And I'm telling you, this is a bad strategy to start getting into this with dealers. Dealerships typically work on only a 2% net profit. This is after they pay me, after they pay bills, everything. A 2% net profit on new cars. Getting into this is just going to get to a sticky situation, and the dealership is going to win because they're going to start playing games with you up front. So don't worry about these floor plan credits. And before anybody gets into it, I'm not saying this as a dealership employee. I'm not saying this as a dealer. I'm saying this as a consumer advocate to help you get the best car deal in the fastest amount of time with the least amount of stress. These floor plan credits, number one, if you order a car sold from the manufacturer that is going to you, put a name on it, they don't get them anyway. So this is how these people have no idea what they're talking about when you start getting into these gray areas and these sticky areas of made up rebates or incentives from the manufacturer. Just stick to the invoice price, hold back, and that's it. Most importantly, you want to make sure you get everything in writing they talk about. Down in the description below, there are some freebie worksheets that you can download and just get everything in line, and they're the perfect questions to ask and the outline to order a vehicle, purchase price, rebates, taxes, everything. Let's talk about trade-ins. Trade-ins are a thing on special order units. Say you have a trade-in and you want to know what the dealership is going to allow you. So this is the key phrase to use and the only phrase to use when it comes to trading in your car. Mr. and Mrs. Dealer, Mr. and Mrs. Salesperson, hey, listen, what would you give me today for my car if I sold it to you? The key words is today, sold it to you. We don't use the word trade-in on this. What we're doing here is finding out what the actual cash value of your trade-in is, so that way if you can sell it for more money, you can do so and you've got some leeway. Then comes the deposit. The deposit is on a case-by-case basis and on a dealership policy. It just depends on the dealership. It just depends on every factor of the deal. If you're ordering a pretty common vehicle, they may not take a deposit. If you are ordering something goofy, purple exterior, red interior, you better believe they get a deposit. And you want to make sure if it's refundable or non-refundable if you don't take the vehicle. Most of the times it's not going to be refundable, and that's okay because you're not ordering a vehicle with intentions to not take delivery of it. And then the next thing you do is just sit back and wait, baby. Oh yeah, your car's all ordered, your truck's all ordered, you're just waiting for that phone call to come pick it up. All right, let's talk about the really cool thing that nobody else is talking about. Let's talk about that dealer trades are available out there. It's not maybe necessarily the right thing to do this time of year because inventory is extremely low. So here's an option to do is if you want to order a car and you're just having problems with dealerships, just drop ship the car. A lot of dealerships will allow you to pick a dealership in any city, state, country, origin, whatever the case may be, and drop ship it to your nearest dealership. Now, you have to work with that nearest dealership a little bit in order to do that and say, I'm in Kentucky, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and you want to get a vehicle for me and drop ship it to California. You want to make sure you work with that dealership there. And if you have a trade-in, you've got to get the trade-in to me here in Kentucky. So those are a couple things to worry about. But yes, drop shipping is an option too on these vehicles. And I said at the beginning of this video that it was gonna be really short. Well, maybe it didn't go as short as I thought it was going to because I wanted to get into great detail of how to order the cars. But guys, this is exactly how you order a car. And if you don't want to get scammed on your next car deal, watch that video right there. And this video series right here is extremely important as well.